Radio Touch SA. Radio Touch SA.
No matter where you go, remember the road that will lead you home.
Oh yeah, jonga mamela simesabuya na kule weekend bulisa kuzo zonke indawo niphulaphuleni kuzo iSouth Africa yonke. I'm saying sanibonani Dumelang Abusheni, hello Khuyumure najonga mamela. It's a Saturday once again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for choosing your number one social media radio station at Radio Touch SA. Uhleli naye ngubhuthabu ubhutota simthandayo ubhuti wethu isiyaziba qho ngemigqibelo usiphatha kamnandi. Mamela wena kwindawo kuyo, be it that you are having fun with your friends, with your family, with your colleagues, or usemsebenzini on this day, wherever you are. Radio Touch says thank you for joining us on today's episode. Even if it's your first time joining us, we really appreciate and acknowledge your presence. We acknowledge the fact that you took your time and your data to actually tune in. Like I said, Radio Touch is your number one social media radio station in the southern of the African continent. Ladies and gentlemen, Jonga Namhlanje, the show is packed with a lot of things. We're going to be diving deeper on a lot of things. Today's particular topic that is very sensitive and critical, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be talking about fatherlessness. And I know Kleveki Peleyo and during the week are released as stats that really going to be driving today's discussion. Things that I feel like they triggers, or they kind of triggered me to actually go down to the topic and say, look, we cannot afford to see izinto ezinje zisenzeka. Shout out to all the ladies who are also tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, Simbonile Cheryl Zondi, I just have to mention this before I dive into anything. Defending the truth in the previous in the previous week, and we all behind it. Radio Touch is behind it, and I think most of the South Africans are behind the truth. If you love the truth, I know you're behind it. I wish her all the success in everything she's there to testify on. Kule case, ladies and gentlemen, I haven't said that we're going to be joined later in the show by our guest from Ekapa, Lodum, Estrand. Ladies and gentlemen, Estrand Somerset, that kind of area. His name is Alfred. He's going to be helping us to unpack this issue of fatherlessness, and he's going to be giving us his experience with his father who was there but not give that away until we get into the show. Ladies and gentlemen, as you open the show, Namhlanje, I chose a song that is really from one of the freshest albums in 2018, Kaput Anati. Let's go, let's take it on. Anati Ndalusati Putusise. yourself some dope music. Well, an artist still on the background from his latest album, Iyeza Esitiena. At 13, ladies and gentlemen, it's a very nice song. I really like it, and I really thought beginning this day, or really beginning this broadcast today, we cannot afford to dive on anything deeper. Ladies and gentlemen, having said that, like today, like I said, even if you go to Google today and just Google South Africa and fatherlessness, you will see that half of South Africans, abantwana South Africans, are without otata babo, and this really saddens me. And I think even musicians of our time, or musicians before this time, maybe about 2000, will never understand when I say musicians of our time. There's a guy that we know, Kamalaka Ngushwi Nomtekhala. This guy also mentioned this in his song, and I think as one of the traditional musicians, I think, let me say this, shout out to all the traditional musicians, as is Mtulo, that speaks really to the issues of the community, because ladies and gents, like it or not, most of what you talk about is really to just get us happy and make us enjoy. I'm not against that. That's also part of the intent of entertainment. But this guy really, has spoken to a lot of hearts. And even though he's not one of the most popular ones this day, but I think he's still popular in the in South African township, especially in Joburg townships, because this guy still performs and does some music. Ladies and gents, as we are going to go to our guest in Cape Town, before we even go to him, can I play this song just to give you a snippet that this issue is also being recognized in our societies, but I think there's very little that we do as a society to tackle this issue. Now, Ngushwi Nomtekhala. Ladies and gentlemen, the song really goes without an explanation that this guy says he doesn't know his father. He's never seen his father. All his fellow mates, all his colleagues, all his friends, the people he grew up with, know who their fathers are. You may also be one of the people out there who says, I don't know where my dad is. I don't know where my dad walked away. Maybe abanye bethu, your dad has passed away, or your dad ran away, or you've never had a conversation with your mom really about your dad. Where is your dad and all that. Still in the background, nguye ke lo shwi nomdekhala esithi angimazi ubaba. Most of the South Africans, about half of South Africans, azibazi otata babo, ezibaziyo still kulo 50% abasahlali nabo. Ladies and gents, we really thought we should take some time as Radio Touch SA to really dive down into this topic, and I really think we're gonna be having out results as phucukileyo kule topic, as it is one of the topics engafana ba asikwazi ungathethi ngazo kuna namhlanje kuna ngoku na. Ladies and gents, we're going to be looking for a number of the guy that we're going to be talking to namhlanje. Igama lakhe Alfred, and we're going to be talking to him esuka yena eKapa, and he's going to be really helping us on this topic, as he's one of the people that really experienced traumatic things growing up ehlala notata wakhe. Let us dial him online and see if he's going to be able to take our call. Tata kunjani kwelocala?
Hey, Betino, yeah, man, kuhle mhlekazi akhona mfundini. Kunjani ngapha?
Uncembe man, siyaphila nathi kuhle. Akhondo izangamandla. Masithathe lithuba sikwamkele ku Radio Touch SA, and really thank you for giving us your time namhlanje uzokuthetha nathi ngomba that I think is very sensitive, umba that is very critical, umba ochaphazela most of the communities zethu eSouth Africa, and especially kwi-townships zethu, umba esiubonayo imihla ngemihla endicinga fanuba uba singathula xa siubona usenzeka singathethi ngawo, ingaba senze justice as a community. And really thank you for taking us, I mean really taking ukuthi uthathe ixesha lakho out of your schedule and come to Radio Touch just to address this. And we are hoping that by the end of this discussion, abantu abamameleyo namhlanje on Radio Touch, they're going to be reaping a lot of things that can make them better dads, or that can make them better men as we're growing up. Nathi sikhalela uba ngotata, you can help us set i-boundaries eziphucukileyo, senze izinto ezizaba right, so that singapheli contributor to the very devastating stats fatherlessness eMzantsi Afrika. Just briefly tata, khawusinike nje intro ngawe man, so that siyazi basithetha nabantu abaphulaphula mhlambi bazoba nomdla.
Yeah, ngiyabulela tipo nangelithuba ke ngilifumenele bana ngincokole nani nabaphulaphuli bakho ku Radio Touch. I must say, yeah, it's quite a great privilege, so I'm honored into bana undikhethe mfanyini. Yeah, nje ngamafitshane man, ngumawande lothethayo Gcilitshana ifani. Ngizalwa ke kwifamily yakwaRhatebe ngapha ke eKobokobo ekhaya sikaMavuko. Kuthiwa ke kwanto zophukayo ke ngabantu abayithandayo.
Zindonde zophukayo masiyeke.
Kuthiwa ziyakwamza masiyeka.
Oh yeah. All right, ndiyabulela kakhulu ke ngalongcaciso tata. Ndicinga fanuba ngaphandle kokuchitha ixesha mani masingene nzulu singene kulomba singawo namhlanje. Bendikhe ncokola nawe abaphulaphula mhlawumbi ngiyabayazi lona, besikhe sancokola sobabini wanika i-background yakho njengomntu okhule notata akho endlini. Ndifuna njengoba uyazi namhlanje sithetha nge-fatherlessness and how it's impacted a lot of young men and women in South Africa, and the negative impact yayo kwi-society. Namhlanje bekundingabuza nje umbuzo oqala ukuba kunjani ukukhula kwakho ukhula notata akho kokwenu?
Amen. Mhlekazi ke ya ibinto enkonba ke ibinzima kakhulu, ibinto zakalisile kakhulu emphefumulweni nalonto leyo, ngenxa ke yokuhlala nomuntu ubujonge into bana befama unendima edlalayo ebomini bakho angayidlali, okanye abe nezinto azenzayo kuwe oqondayo into bana ziyabuphika ubutata bakhe kuwe, uyaqonda. Ukhule ke ngokunemibuzo ungumntana, lamagama siwabizayo wena ubana umuntu yinkedame, which is an orphan ngesingesi. I think when it comes to indima ye-fatherlessness, actually it is attached to la moya ubunkedama, because uphele ngokungazazi nobana ungubani phi. Inkedama ke ngumuntu ke yaziwayo nobana okanye ngumntana ongenatata ongenamama. I think in many ways nalandima ke ye-role katata ingabikho ebomini bomntana izisa la moya ubunkedama, uyaqonda.
Yeah. So if there's any experiences that you would like to share nabaphulaphuli namhlanje, incidents that ozikhumbulayo kwi-childhood yakho usakhula ezakubangela uba uthi uhlala notatakho ngenxa yoba engakhange abe ngutatakho okanye waphela wayenye into ocinga fanuba khange uyilindele xa ngabe sithetha ngotata namhlanje, ingaba zikhona experiences ezinjalo that you can really share with us at Radio Touch today?
Yeah, mhlekazi zikhona mandikunike ke just lo foundational view. So ke ndikhula ke kwifamily yabantwana abaninzi, besiba yi-6 ekhaya, ndingowesihlanu mna, the second last born of the 6.
Sure.
And ke ndikhula ke of course both with umama notata endlini. Of course no sister bam ke no brother wam, so babini ke abafana endlini and then ibe ngamantombi amane.
Sure.
Ndikhwela ke ezilalini zaQoboqobo, fondini, you know, upholding a call okay, that one needs to live and, you know, to get by. Ndiyakhumbula ke ukhula kwam ke umntana, I think between the ages of 3 to 5, being the only boy amongst the amantombazana, because brother wami is the firstborn, and then ibe ngamantombazana all the way, then ibe ndiyimpilo intombazana encinci.
All right.
And so ndikhula ke nditreatwa kahle kakhulu ngosista bam, bendiphethe kahle kakhulu, to an extent that I didn't really even know intobana ndandiyinkwenkwe, I thought ndandiyintombazana at the time. Between the ages of 3 to 5. But as I grew, I think at about 6 years of age, I began to notice there's something missing up in the there are some tensions as they call you, and you notice the atmosphere it change from, you know, to absolute silence and just drills upon drills, and of course you know that I didn't have to acquire but you know man benibona bakuyangithekwa phendini apha kosista bam ukujonga kubo ke nomama wami kunjalo, uyaqonda ufumanisa uba ngoku i-affection okanye uthando yinto esuke iduke kanti iphume ngomnyango xa ngena lo mfo, uyaqonda ngonotata. You know, leading on to that ke, you know, ndingena esikolweni, you know, kwa-A, which is namhlanje ngu-grade 1. You know, again utata bendimazi ngokumbona, bendingamazi into bana, you know, bendingamazi affectionate, bendingamazi enhliziyweni yakhe, uyaqonda. Ndingazi ke bake nobana nabo osita bam mhlawumbi banale experience iyi-1 nam ndiyivayo, uyaqonda. So then as I, you know, between the age of 6 to 7, that's when I noticed nobana men le nto i-serious, ayindimdedwa lona ungamaziyo utata, ndiyava ntobana ngonosista bam nee-conversations abanazo ngokungaye into yokubana men lo mntu uportraywa as isigebenga, uportraywa as, you know, a taskmaster, uyabona. And of course sensiva nokuthetha kwakhe ke ngoku as I began to make a language of what is going on. Into yobana, you know, lo mntu asikhathalelwanga apha, okwesibini singumthwalo kuye, you know, in a sense. You know, akasiboneli ntweni, keeping in mind into yobana ke, you know, ekhaya besinento zonke fondini, besinenkomo fondini, sinebhokhwe, sinamahashe, so besingahlupheki, you know, besingadingi into. Utata wami even though bephangela, you know, abantu besiya ekhaya beyocela amasi ekhaya, you know, and bekhutshwa amasi nebisi, you know, just, you know, uyaqonda. But from an emotional point of view, there was a lot of drought, there was a lot of poverty in that regard, where really I noticed my dad is actually, you know, is abusive, you know, not only just verbally, but physically, you know, the way, you know, I would see in the Lahenshima mom and no sister mom. So I began to make language of that, and then I realized that the atmosphere in this house is not healthy. It's rather suffocating and doesn't allow room for relationships and for growth.
Yo, I just want to go back and let's double click on the fact that you was between the age of 6 and 7 when you noticed this. And I think kukhona misconception kwi-society yongabana ezinto zinoqwalaselwa ngabantu asebezi-teenagers, abantwana sebebona kwazi ustadisha i-environment. But it's amazing that at the age of 6 and 7 you can actually notice ukuba abusive kukatata nokungabikho comfortable ko-sister bakho around i-presence katata and including umama wakho and all that. That's too much for me to bear. That's the very first key point. And Zamuguti Guyo, I think society ijonga lento xa sesikhulile, but it really starts at the younger age. So can you just take us through, maybe to fast forward on some of the traumatic experiences that you experienced that may have led you ukuba ngabana uphume niphele nimka ekhaya kutata?
Yeah, indeed, look, again, I think we undermine the fact that Singabantu and Uthixo has actually wired us to know that which is right and good and loving and that which is harmful and destructive. I think at the young age of 5 to 7, umntana can actually sense if something is not right, even though he or she may not actually describe that in language. We must never limit them to think about ababoni. Actually, it's at that stage that we lay serious foundations where these children ngabantu abawukhula benothando and bebathembile abantu okanye bawukhula besoyika bebambekile. You know, and that's what I experienced at a young age with the tension and the violence that happened over and over again towards my mom and of course all my sisters. At times, you know, where I coupe ikan, I coupe umpu, you know, I tradition to my mom. I do recall also an incident with Ubradawam, you know, because I am Dala and was a again an argument between my mom and Utatam took it as if Ubradawam is trying to fight with them and then Wakupa umpu nala. Fortunately, but the threat of death was always hanging over our heads. And now as a child I understood I've seen in movies. There was one incident that I recall so clearly. It was a morning school when I was about the age of 7. An argument broke out. Everybody else was gone. Argument between mama and tata, and for some reason mama got hold of Izem, you know, and an ex, and they tried to hit tata, and of course grabbed that kuye overpowerisha, and then I think one better the Sanja. And then seeing him with Elazembe, and that was to my mom in trying to protect my mom. I didn't know anything else. And for some reason, that shocked Tadam and he didn't go ahead because he would have actually hit her right there in the head, and Mama would have been, you know, gone. The story today. It was actually at that time that, again, I've seen these things, I've heard these things, I've experienced it. I didn't have a language. And funny enough, I've never told Stabam, guys, this is how I'm feeling. Nabo ke bebadala kanjalo andikhumbuli bethetha in any language of finding a solution kulento, except intobana there's the complaint intobana yesu sengxakini utata wenze le wenze naleyana. So it was just something circulating amongst us. At the age of 8, I was doing grade 1 standard grade 3 standard 1. I think for 2 months to 3 months of schooling, and then the next thing I just stayed away from school, you know, and then and on my way to school, and then I would never actually go to school, spend my time at Latini. emilanjeni, and I did that for a good 4 to 5 months, spending time on the riverbanks. Now, I was not crying when I was doing that. I was not angry. But what I recall in that time, I just found peace. I experienced ukolo and some kind of safety in just being out there, in the Mukindaga and so on. And of course, I discovered this. And of course, my mom, she beat me up, believing that I was demonized. And of course, Utatam was putting pressure on my mom in Dobana. Lomdana mawande enje nje ngenxa yakho awukwazi uhoya abantwana. And then I couldn't tell my mama why am I doing what I was doing, but I realized today it was an escape.
I just want to move back before I don't want to disturb you, but it's funny also how you mentioned the fact that you even left school. You even left school in the situation ibisenzeka ekhayeni, and in most cases ndiyazibuza namhlanje uba ngabana ingaba abantwana bayeka izikolo namhlanje ngaba it's only because they don't want to go to school, or they hate school, or they don't know what school could do for them tomorrow, or it's actually situations that are happening kumakhaya, especially kumakhaya wotata ba abusive okanye kumakhaya apho khona otata bangekhoyo at all, and mama they're struggling to make means. I mean, for you umke esikolweni uhambe uyohlala on the river banks just to feel peace, to feel quiet, and actually find a space apho khona ukwazi uba away from home, away from your parents, and away from everyone else. It's quite disturbing, and I'm asking myself namhlanje ngaba abantwana abaphumayo nakuma wabo, not only esikolweni, even from their families, and go bayozihlalela out there. Is it because of these traumatic situations otata babo abazenzayo okanye their parents are doing at home? But it's just a thought around
a great deal.
Now you can continue, but it's just.
Look, you are highlighting quite a big deal there, Mhlekazi. And I think maninzi nyana abantwana abaya isikolo, not because they ngonwabanga esikolweni. Sometimes, many a times, between the bana nyani zimeko semakhaya. So out of that, okay, of course, I'm afraid of standard 1, Klanyaga, grade 3. Not because I have good friends at school, but for some reason I just needed space, and I can't describe that, and I don't know really, what it really meant. But I knew that I need to be aware. And so of course, okay, the trauma went on because there were many other events that happened, incidents, again, which were near-death experiences. Near-death experiences, bana kuqatyanwe. And so it was about 1995 that my mom had to literally find a way to protect herself and Nati, and she eventually packed the bags and moved out. And Utatam was actually in support of that. When, machiza hama nabana nabako, abanya hapa and we've never really knew our dad, really, in all honesty. And again, there was always a cry in Shizanyam, Diamfuna Lomdu, but it's because you just never know what to expect.
Yeah.
I mean, my school fees cost me 8 rand at the time, once I come to Primary. Not for a year was it ever paid in Plegas. And I was a laughing stock at school when, the me so much sharba, Krichanos parting school fees, so Kapa 8 rand, you want to go away, And I could never tell them what was going on. Very embarrassing situation.
Can I also move into the fact that so now you're saying your mom, in defense of you in the feminine, she decided to leave this guy, and kuminyaka yakho yonke yokuhlala kokwenu no sister bakho no mama akho, you guys never had any day okanye never had in overall experience yokubangabana. Number one, I think number one, a father is supposed to protect a family yakhe. A father needs to be there for abantwana bakhe, and a father needs or has a responsibility really to show love ebantwaneni bakhe, not only ngokuthetha but also nangezenzo. And you're saying your dad has actually failed to do those things. Ekhona endlini. In other words, you guys were fatherless, or you felt so fatherless, or you were in a situation yokuba fatherless. Wow, this man is here. Instead, this man became a monster instead of trying to resolve this and become a good father until was supported that you guys should leave. Oh man, that must have been traumatic.
Yeah, we've never, indeed, because the only time where we felt like ngakhona into engathi nokutata wethu siyambona kanye siyamfila xa esele uyaqonda, so he would come back home kwelinye igqibelo esele kakhulu, and then he would somewhat try and reach out to kuthi, and of course to us that was rather nice, but on the one end, scary, because you just never knew, what would be the next thing, because many times out of that experience of SL and Jalo, I've been nice for a few minutes, a fight breaks out, and he picks up the fight, he finds something else to argue about, attention, so yeah, indeed, we've never really felt safe. Actually, things were ngcono kuthi endlini xa engekho. We preferred ubana ngabikho as much as nobana simfuna, and I think simthanda utata wethu uyaqonda. I recall my sisters were late teens, young adults. Nabo, when they finished school, they were hardly at home. But they're out, and I believe they were also driven to other activities that were not safe for Bona, but they had to choose so I recall, I mean, they were in relationship and I think there were people that were providing incentives, somewhat financially providing for them, and maybe giving them the male figure, again, that was unhealthy. I mean, I saw that, and it didn't really make sense to me. But on the one hand, I understood they're trying to be away at Kayeni and find comfort and provision in the pants.
Can I just move also on? That's just, I think, one of the situations that we really see in the townships. Apho khona abantwana bakhule khona kungekho tata ekhayeni, they do things that sometimes ungabajaja xa ume kude ungayazi imeko yabo bakwenzeka ntoni kumakhaya wabo, but at some point umntana xa ekhula nyani really needs a male figure. Njengoba ifamily, I think, idalwe ngumdala ukuba ngabantu makube khona utata nomama. Nyani xa ingekhoyo omnye, umntana uye azame identifya nomntu onazi characteristics nyana zale figure ingekhoyo, just to try and fill that void. And in most cases, really, they go through experiences as wrong or nezimbi because of that. But I want us to fast forward, Nyana, because of our time, because there's a piece of a discussion that I don't want us to miss. So you mentioned as we had a story, as we had a conversation during the week, that then you guys moved to Cape Town. Fast forward to that. Yeah, just maybe a snippet on that life in Cape Town, utata engeko, and then we can also dive to the fact that now you're actually married, you have a wife and kids. How was it? How difficult was it to transition from a situation, experience your tata onje? Did you really want to be a father? And how difficult was it to actually adjust in the fact that ufunoba tata and you really became a dad?
Yeah, man. Look, fast forward again. I have to touch on this point. Growing up in the environment, and of course knowing at the age of 8, 9, I was contemplating on actually killing my dad. I was planning and shoot him with it. At all. Because so anyway, umama takes all 6 of us and sister wakhe eKapa. A shocking environment, in a sense. And now, a size of 3 by 4 meter house, shack. Plus, is a very tough environment. I'm starting my late teens, 12, 13. Growing up already, I realized I don't want to become like my dad. One of which was uba ubutata buyilento ebantwini and then andifuna utshata, uyaqonda, andizukwazi utshata. Le role inobungozi ebantwini, uyaqonda, ngcono ndihlale ke ndingumfana nje, uyaqonda. Because le role yobutata liyonzakalisa abantu, and so I was very scared of i-role yobutata, you know, as a young boy. Oh man, I'm reminded of this incident now. I touched this on with you the one time, you know, at the age of 12, I think 11, 12, for some reason I felt like there was a connection there kunye naye, and the connection notata. Now that kuye tata ndiredi nje kanjalo out of the blue abuzitela mawando already ngitela ngantoni ngitela ndiredi bana ndoluke ngoku ndifuna ehlathini. And of course, it didn't make sense that I'm not time and one paid for Leyo.
Sure.
But I realized in Yobana, it was the cry, Yobana, when will I ever be accepted as a young man or as a boy? Now I think Yobana ngokusebenza kwazilalini, Yobana ababaye ehlathini abantu ngathi bayasondezwa wabona kotata kukhona ukuhoywa, and maybe le yoba yinkwenkwe libanga libana inamtata amangane uhoyika anjulele ngaphandle. And so there were all these battles, you know, in trying to find ways into his heart.
Oh, man.
Anyway, back to Cape Town, man.
Yeah.
So I grow up going to school, you know, finishing my high school and thinking, you know, it's going to be abusive. Well, my life in City was greatly impacted at the age of 17, I think, or 18, when really God intervened in my life. If had it not been for that incident, I think I would have stood with my inner vows, nobana andifuni ukuchata ngiyoyika le role yakona yomutata. It was that intervention where God met with me and shaped my heart and my life over time, that I shifted my view and I said, if then, of course, because the whole reality of meeting with God, there was then the introduction of God being a father. Oh yes, Gonda. Which in itself was a...
Yeah, I was going to say, which becomes very interesting because you ran away from a father and life is about right, and now you are suddenly introduced to God and you are being told that He's a father. How did you take that?
Exactly. And so for a while, and then I'm introduced to the you know, the idea of the truth of uThixo ungutata kubantu abamkhonzayo nabamkholwayo. Yabona ke leyo ndayikhaba nyawo zombini. Kuba kaloku awukwazi uthi uThixo ngutata ndibe ndine reference yobutata ekhohlakeleyo enobungozi, you know, elelihlobo inyikinyiki man lento, uyaqonda. And so uThixo ngusimaze ngumuntu ongcwele olungileyo, and then aphinde ngutata. Immediately the reference nobana lo muntu ukhohlakele mos naye, uyaqonda. Andikwazi ukuyamkela ncami indaba kaThixo engutata uright abe nguThixo mangabe ngutata, uyaqonda, mayingatshintshi role yakhe, uyaqonda. However, you know, again ngobulungisa bukaThixo ke and over time, and scripture eBhayibhelini it's clear into yobana nyhani ke uThixo ngutata. Uthi uYesu kwathana mathana sithi bawo wethu, uyaqonda, in literal sense tata wethu, tata wam. And so having battled with that concept, I eventually, you know, my heart melted to that and I had to receive that. And that concept educated me. It really shaped my heart and my life and my beliefs that actually it can be different. Utata wam yena had his own life growing up that shaped him into this being that is broken, because the saying that says broken people break others, hurting people hurt people. And I understood, but I don't fully know his upbringing, but clearly there were factors that shaped him to the man that he was, unfortunately. And therefore, with me, I can, go into this venture, Notiko, and become a young man and become a father one day at the right time when I'm married. And explore the journey yobutata, knowing about uThixo ungutata, and he is calling me as a young man into fatherhood according to image yakhe.
Sure, and maybe just to get into that seems to be very interesting. Yani, sometimes you be like, uba ukhule unotata wrong, uzinga fanele babonke abantu abangotata ba wrong, and if ukhula otata bengabantu abuse omama, ukhula unalo perception na ungumntana uba hayi umuntu ongutata ngumuntu abuse ayo wenza zonke izinto, but it's very clear kwicala lakho uba ngabana nyani your encounter with God really changed your life. And namhlanje ungutata, you are married. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Yeah. You are a married man, you have 2 kids, and ungutata. Kunjani kuwe namhlanje kuba ngutata? Is it something that you're happy about? And is it something that ocinga fanba kubantu abahleliyo namhlanje abangotata bashiye ifamily zabo nabashiye abantwana babo, ucinga fanele ikhona advice onobanika yona as a married man now who's happily married onabantwana ababini? What advice can we give to those guys who ran away from their kids, or whose kids have ran away from them because of indlela bangayo, or any of young adults, youth okanye abantu abadala abamameleyo ku-Radio Touch abathi nam ndikhule ngamazi utata wam, ndikhule utata wam abusive saphuma nathi ekhaya, umuntu oshare maybe who shares a similar experience to you, ungathini kuye ngoku ungutata? What advice can you give kubantu abathi hey utata wam wanshiya, okanye kubantu abangotata or young men who are looking into really this thing as into eqonda ba andisokuze ndiyenze, like utshata andisoze because I don't want to be a dad or I don't want to be a father? What can you say namhlanje kubantu abanjalo?
Yeah, man. Again, fast forward, a great shift from umuntu owenzakeleyo ngondim oyikayo utshata ongafuni ukuba ngutata, and now uThixo ufike empilweni yam please inhliziyo yam and andifundise imfundo zakhe zobutata. And I quickly get married at the age of 22. Crazy, but it was good. It was a good move.
Oh man, you were almost 5 years younger than me when you get married. That's interesting, man.
Bruh, yeah, that's his move. I saw this lady and I'm like, man, ntombazana ndiyakuthatha, ndiyakuwina kulo mamakho, ndiyobika indaba yam.
Wamgulela umfundisi okanye wazigulela?
I'm a brave guy, so ndasikhethela mfana, ndasikhethela. And guess what? Zange ndijikeleza ndaya kuyo ngqo. Ndathi ndikubonile ndivile ngawe awundazi. Kodwa ndiyakhona ubana mina nawe sine future. Ndicela manje ungivumele ndisondele empilweni yakho.
Oh, athonya mana, hayi abandiyathemba bafana bamamela abafana.
So ndibazisa manje.
Yeah.
Ndangena nje kuyo yakhona. Because I knew ubana ndi-ready, and of course ke usisi wabantu ke in time waphela ekholela nje into yeligeza. So ndiyathatha ke at the age of 22, 2007, and yeah man, umnandi emshadweni kakhulu. uThixo namthandaza ubana makancede man ndibe ngumyeni, andifundise into yobana kuthini ubana ndithande umfazi wami, ndimthande ngolu hlobo lwanisa uThixo. And man, kunescripture esithi apha uYesu, Paul athi, we are to love our wives as Jesus loved the church. And when you look at how Jesus loved the church, his love was demonstrated in dying for the church. And I said, God, give me a love that I will have for this woman, that I'll be willing to die for Yena.
Yeah.
And so that's what keeps me going, Lomthatho. And uThixo usifikelele ngona babini, intombazana ena 6 years obutsha, nomfana wethu ke omncinci oneminyaka emithathu ubuhle, loving on them so much. What I see as being a parent, of course now I'm playing 2 roles. I must be a husband and I must be a father.
Oh yeah.
It's great. It's enriching. One of the greatest deals right now, I find myself being the greatest student of life because now I see better what it means to be a father. Because I look at my kids and I see their expectations and I see how they respond to me. And then I look at myself towards God, oh, this is how God views me. This is actually how he loves me. Because, man, it's crazy the way, I love these little people that look like me and the passion and the future that I have for them and the best that I desire for them. And then I look back to God and say, if God, you're a father, and how much more do you have desires in the future for him?
Oh, yeah.
U2 Yesu kwethethayo ukuba nina ningotata emhlabeni know how to do good to your children. How much more is it from our Heavenly Father who is perfect, who desires to do good for us?
So now
we are going to, and so there's that triangle relationship between Notiko that I'm discovering. Here's an amazing truth, guys. Utiko actually, instituted the institution for a family, for the very same reason, to create abantu abafananayo.
Sure.
It is designed to reflect the image of God.
So
but each one of them carry an image and a unique image of God. When that is missing, the picture of God, one of those is missing. The picture of who God is in itself is also tainted. It is then broken. It's key to have both. However, the life is hard. God cannot heal, God cannot replace and redeem that. He can still do that. However, the ultimate, and so when these two are together, we are shaping a future. That environment shapes a community, it shapes a village, it shapes a town. And so our communities are first and foremost shaped inside our doors, in our homes, in our families. So whatever goes on there tells us, what kind of a family, what kind of a community we live in based on what's happening in our families.
But Kasavala, I really thank you for this, and I really thank you for spending in Kashalako mostly and giving us your true experience, because really we're not looking for undo or by intellectual asinike zonke as advices or asinike zonke experiences from what they read on the book. This is what you had to go through. This is what today you are celebrating. You went through a traumatic experience as a kid. Apho khona uphile notata kutata kengekho present in your life until utata wako ngendlela abengayo wa drive you, your mom and your sisters away from home, but you managed to survive from that, and now your life changed. You were then introduced to a new father whose name is God, who has actually helped you to actually get inspiration back. Even though ipast yakho injena, but there's still hope that ungabanga utata right until you met your beautiful wife, and now you are a father to your kids. And maybe ungathini namhlanje kubantu abangotata abastrugglishayo okanye you have run away ebantwaneni babo. What advice can you give to them? At the end of the day, we're trying to build a nation apho khona abantu abangotata bangazubaneka emakhaya, because sibonile more than 70% wabantu baseprison namhlanje baseprison, most yabo they are coming from from fatherless families. More than 71% of abantwana ababa pregnant, they're coming from fatherless families. Abantwana abane disorder behaviors esikolweni basuka more than 50% of them are coming from fatherless families. We're talking abantwana aba homeless. Most abantu nabantu abadala aba homeless, they are also coming from families apho khona otata abangekhoyo. And really the stats endisibonileyo between families ezikhuliswa ngabazali bekhona bobabini, families ezikhuliswa abazali ingumama yedwa, there's a very huge difference. And knowing this stats and knowing that otata bayabaleka South Africa, if you go to Google namhlanje, Google zakubonisa more than half of South Africans homes are without abazali or without abantu abangotata. When we say a home could be made up of 7 kids and umama, you know, and which really justifies the number of abantwana. About 70% of abantwana benza izinto that are not supposed to be happening in their age. They are coming from families as broken in a sense that azinabo. I'm not saying zonke families ngenatata zibroken, but abantwana banesidingo nesikhalo ezinhlizweni zabo soba abantu abangotata abekho. What can you say to those abakhula ngaphandle kotata abo, and what can you say to men who have run away from their families?
Yeah, Tibos, in short, man. Kubantu abangobhuti, kubantu abangotata, abantu abantwana. I think one ngiyafuna ukusho bana le role inhle kakhulu kwaye imnandi kwaye iyasiphilisa nathi. It actually drives us to do well and to do more. Ngiyafuna ukukhuthaza nokuthatha nobana ukudlala indima yobukhona abantwana bethu, not only ukhupha imali masikhupha imali, but masibe khona, because one, that really encourages abantwana to do better and to grow, and actually bafuna ufana nathi. Actually a child wants to become like their dad, like their mom, and so ngiyafuna ukukhuthaza nokuthatha nobana mhlekazi nobana uphi kwenza kanjani ebomini bakho wonzakele, you know, ngemeko ngendlela okhule ngayo nawe, you know, ngiyafuna ukukhuthaza nobana suhlala kwindawo apho usebhitha wonzakele ukhomba imini ublame abanye abantu. Thatha uxanuva uqonda ubana mna ngoku makuqaleke ngam. Uyaqonda umhlaba sonabo abantwana out there babini bathathu zange wabahoya. Ngiyafuna ukukhuthaza nobana buyela esimeni sakho, zifune wena, fumana uncedo, and begin a journey with your children. Children are very forgiving people. I've seen dads who've been away for many years. The moment they come back, yes, there may be a bit of friction, but the kids are quick to forgive and embrace. So don't allow guilt, ikukhubele further and further away of your mistakes. Life is all about starting over every day. And so don't give up on this role. And I want to tell you, abantwana bakho basakulindile and basakufuna. And being a child, you know, it does not mean life wakho uzawuma completely. I strongly believe kunabantu in our circle of friends and relatives who become role models for us. Abasincedisayo, you know, lean in kwabo bantu and grab some truth and grab some courage and press forward into life. Sometimes it's your next door neighbor, it's somebody in the street that you look up to. Bama kwabo bantu and press forward a life in. And ndiyafuna ukukhuthaza what really worked for me, you know, bana uThixo ungambekeli ngaphandle, because oyena muntu ubaziyo ubomi bethu nobakho ungumntana nguThixo. Sondela kuThixo and you will discover far more about who you are, your identity, and God's purpose for your life. So it's not over as long as usaphila, as long as usaphefumula bethuna. We can actually start over and build on a journey that will be, you know, an encouragement.
Tata, ndiyabulela kakhulu man, ndiske ndaba kuncumarha apha ekugqibeleni. Ndibulela kakhulu ngexesha lakho once again. I mean, it's not everyone ofuna ukuphuma ngaphandle ayobalisa ibali lakhe. That's very sensitive to this level. In an effort of trying to contribute to creating a better society for South Africans as ninjas mameleyo namhlanje. I don't take this for granted. I really appreciate this and I thank you so much. And I know through this discussion there are many people abazongena ku Radio Touch and be healed and reflect on this topic, on many things that othethe ngazo namhlanje. Thank you kakhulu, siyabulela kuwe man, sibulele nangokubela ixesha lakho nabantwana bakho nefamily yakho. Thank you so much tata, siyabulela man, ube nemini emnandi.
Enkosi kakhulu Thima.
Yes. Ibinguye ke utata wethu uMawande okanye ungambiza ngoba ngoAlfred esinceda kakhulu kitopic yethu namhlanje ye-fatherlessness. Ladies and gentlemen, this song really resonates with the topic that is besigqiba ukuncokola ngayo namhlanje. It's one of the songs endithi nami xa ndizimamele emotions zam But having said that, like I said to you, it's a Saturday. I even see the weather in Johannesburg has changed. Now all of a sudden, kusuke kwafika amafu, and it started to rain, and it was even thundering. You may have heard on Radio Touch. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot afford to close the show today. Like I said last week, Radio Touch is really about cultivating and motivating local talents that are coming from Abantu Abahlukeneyo. And last week, I played you Ukuano LY Music, and I played you foreign really that really like real stuff, not just stuff to keep you going, but really talented guys who are coming from various genres of music. Ladies and gents, this weekend I promise you that I'm going to be dropping one more song by Kuan and one by Didi. I'm going to play it back to back, but we're going to start by Didi. Just briefly, Didi is one of the artists that are producing umculo, where hip hop, and you can really find some of his songs on what do you call this thing? Oh, it's thundering. Oh yeah, you can find some of his music on Slicker on Live. Just look for Didi, one of his latest track that says Ice Cream. I'm gonna be dropping the song, and umculo wake is managed by Ma Hustle. Ma Hustle is a company that also Udidi, sorry, no, it's not Udidi, foreign, that is also under apho khona benza izinto ezahlukeneyo, bancibisa abantu impahla ezahlukeneyo. They are in clothing retail industry or clothing/fashion industry, and this is one of the artists abazimanager. His name is Didi. Ingoma yakhe ithi Ice Cream. Let's take it away.
Oh
Go. Hey.
yeah.
Take it back.
She wants my ice cream. 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 My niggas never die. Man, we gon' multiply. She's getting hers tonight. She's getting hot tonight. She wants my ice cream. She wants my ice cream. She wants my ice cream. She wants that ice cream. My niggas never die. Man, we gon' multiply. She's getting hers tonight. She's getting hot tonight. When you listen to the beat, I always think outside the box. She always walks around, gloves on her, like she be ready to buy. Cause she be talking like she's always ready. In the booth, I swear she's necessary. She be seeming so legendary, too sweet, baby. She goes in the niche when you tipsy. She feel her lips with tipsy. She got my dingling with both hands and look at my face and say ice cream. And ice cream, and oh my god, these girls are good, these guys. Damn man, she's a bad girl, but we all know she wants my ice cream. 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 My niggas never die. Man, we gon' multiply. She's getting hers tonight. She's getting hot tonight. She wants my ice cream. She wants my ice cream. She wants my ice cream. She wants that ice cream. My niggas never die. Man, we gon' multiply. She's getting hers tonight. She's getting hot tonight. I took the time, it was a cool girl. I found out that she ain't a good girl. Yeah, we living in a bad world, doing all the wrong things, but I be killing all my shows, very focused on my goals. I be getting free clothes, but I keep it on the low. Hey, I swear she's a beautiful ex-girl. I'm single cause my ex caught me and the girl that was next door, doing all the wrong things, but vanilla ice, strawberry, mint flavor, green. She wanna face with the tea, but we all know she wants my ice cream. 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 My niggas never die. Man, we gon' multiply. She's getting hers tonight. She's getting hot tonight. She wants my ice cream. She wants my ice cream. She wants my ice cream. She wants that ice cream.
Oh yeah. That's Didi on the background. That's it to my ice cream. You can get Didi's music, or you get in touch with the boy Didi _ that street hustler. No space in between. Didi _ that street hustler on Instagram, on Twitter, and you can also get him on Facebook. Didi _ that street hustler. He's one of his freshest guys, fresh from his latest single, Ice Cream. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, we're gonna be moving from back to back. Last week we also introduced a boy whose name is Kwan, and this week he's back again. Ngengoma yakhe ethi Flaga. Hey! Oh man, Flaga. Kuan, all the way from Butterworth. Butterworth, stand up, Asambe boy, flag up by Kuan. On Facebook, his name is Kuan. This boy is doing I don't know, he has sung me his gospel music songs. He sent me his home music song. He's also doing some nice hip-hop. Shout out to Kuan, shout out to Butterworth. Stand up, ladies and gentlemen. It's thundering so heavily in Johannesburg. What you see hearing now is real thunder, and the rain is also falling like crazily. I can't explain what's happening here. Unfortunately, thank you really for joining us. I really appreciate it. We're coming to the end of the show today. And I see Vala Ngabafana Banamba, the Jesuit disciples all the way from Azansi, London, Egomora. Ladies and gentlemen, these boys are on fire. Jesuit disciples, Mesiti Mona, Rusty Dusty, I appreciate you for coming to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking the page. Thank you for reaching out. Thank you for reflecting on the topic. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue doing this every Saturday. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope that whoever took time to listen really got something out of the show. I love you so much from the bottom of my heart, and on behalf of Radio Touch SA, your #1 social media radio station Chilo, ndathi igama lam ndinguButhabo uButncane, uButathanda izinto ezimnandi, uButi we-Radio Touch SA. Ladies and gentlemen, ngiyaphuma namhlanje, andizothi ndiphuma ngevosho, ndizothi ndiphuma ngengoma ethi Rusty Dusty by Jesuit Disciples all the way from Johannesburg, Alexandra, abanye bathi kuseGomora. Ladies and gents, Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you. Until next time. Thank you. I appreciate it. 0726414851. You can get hold of me on my WhatsApp or on my cell at Radio Touch SA on YouTube, at Radio Touch SA on Facebook, at Radio Touch SA1 on Twitter. We love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.